right, so what happened?
Well, guys, we fucking weren't paying attention at the border, and we came through the border, so now we are in Mexico, and we're gonna have to head back into the United States. I mean, this is the definition of, I cannot believe that this is how you cross the border. I've never done this before, by the way, and through crossing the border like this is a definition of a clusterfuck. Look at this, there's not even any fucking lines. Keep it organized, United States, keep it organized.
Well, we're on the Mexico side.
Yeah, well, fucking Jesus Christ. So we're walking with the director of the port. He runs this whole operation for the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. These people are all waiting to get into the United States.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Perfect. First of all, welcome San Ysidro Old-Time Mesa Ports Adventure.
Thank you very much.
California.
Thanks.
It's an outstanding, beautiful, look at the weather.
It's a beautiful day.
In addition to that, we're the busiest land border in the world.
So this is the busiest entry into the United States in the whole world.
This is the busiest border.
This is the busiest border in the world.
Correct. Yes, it is.
Wow.
47,000 passenger vehicles per day, 30,000 pedestrians per day, over 300 buses per day,
Whoa.
Anywhere from 5 to 12 narcotic loads per day, hundreds of agricultural violations, more than 60 plus undocumented travelers per day. It is quite busy. It translates to huge annual numbers.
That is incredible.
17 million passenger vehicles, 11 million pedestrians, and over 100,000 buses.
So over about 100,000 people come through here a day, is that right?
Approximately 125,000 people cross here.
That is unbelievable. What are you looking at?
This is the border between the U.S. and Mexico, so if we step over, we're going to have to stand in this line and go all the way back, assuming we brought our passports, which I did, thank God.
Our canines here are actually scanning all the vehicles here for narcotics.
So this dog is looking for any drug?
Narcotics,
Yeah.
heroin, methamphetamine, cocaine, marijuana, and so on. In addition to that, we have several dogs that actually look for hidden individuals as well. So that's a mix of things.
So they know how to smell just for a live body.
Exactly.
That's a big dog. So there's a dog out here, and I guess he found something fishy in one of these cars, and he's checking it out right now. He's humongous. Maybe they just had a lot of bacon for breakfast or something. Hi.
Have you guys ever seen Sesame Street?
Yeah, of course.
When we were small kids, we always looked at, you know what, hey, there's whole blocks out there in the floor. There's square blocks, and then there's a little star block. What's out of place? And that's what our officers are doing.
Every day you're looking for something that which of these things is not like the other one?
Exactly.
And you said how many narcotics busts a day here? 5 to 6?
5 to 12 average.
5 to 12?
Exactly.
Wow. Starting at what time in the morning?
It's 24/7.
Wow.
It's 24/7.
Are most of the drug seizures, are they from cartels, or are there other individuals that just smuggle them in on their own?
They are very organized. There are groups, we would refer to them as cartels, who are organizing smuggling ventures, absolutely.
What do they look for in the cars? Just every nook and cranny? Like you guys obviously don't slash open the car seats and stuff.
No, the teams of officers we have out here are actually our highest trained officers. They're looking for behavior, anomalies, discrepancies in the vehicles or the people, and they'll go right to a person exhibiting some form of nervousness or apprehension, go right and talk to that driver.
So this is the car where you found cocaine.
This is one of our drug seizures from today.
Can I ask? Wow. So there are about 5 to 10 kilos of cocaine in this car.
I'll have to check the weight on this one in particular, but that is probably about what was in this one, yes.
Found a package in here.
That hole right there.
This hole.
They had this cover on here.
Whoa. How much was in there?
This side, 2 packages.
2 packages on this side, and the rest.
3 on that side.
Oh.
Same compartment.
Wow.
What can you see here?
There's a hole. Jerry's getting it, but there's a hole on the side of the car that I didn't even know was there.
What they're really trying to do is to match innocence of the rest of the travelers. And that's, I think, very important when people are asking, well, why are you sending me to second here? Why are you checking? It's because the smugglers are trying to look just like you.
Can we interview these guys? Sure.
Stay on the U.S. side.
Emmanuel? Emmanuel Kim. Nice to meet you. Do you work here? You sell stuff here, right?
Yeah, we work.
How long do you, like, cuántas horas? How long are you out here?
10.
10 hours a day?
Yeah.
And how much do you usually sell?
$15.
$15 a day? Wow. $15 a day, so you make $1.50 an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, is that enough?
Oh.
Es más o menos.
So.
Más o menos.
You know, this is obviously a fascinating time to be walking around on the border because 2 weeks ago, you know, we saw the capture of El Chapo Guzman, you know, the biggest drug lord in the entire world. You know, I would imagine that affects directly what happens here on the border, not just on both sides of it.
So the arrest of Chapo recently, has that had any sort of immediate effect on the Mexican population, or even over in the U.S.?
And we haven't seen a huge outbreak in violence since his arrest.
Luckily for us, we're just about to cross over.
Luckily for everybody. Unfortunately, what we saw for the last 5 to 10 years is every time you take down a major Mexican drug trafficker, the immediate aftermath for the next 3 weeks or so was a very sharp spike in the number of homicides because people inside the organization or people from outside the organization were vying to move in and assert themselves. That hasn't happened in the wake of El Chapo's recent capture, probably for one of two reasons, if not both. One is that the Sinaloa cartel was really the last big, powerful, organized crime group that had not faced a major arrest in the last decade or so. So there was no one left to come in and start fighting for the Sinaloa cartel's turf is one possible explanation. But the other explanation is that the Sinaloa cartel's leadership structures are still largely intact.
This is Mariana. I'm in Tijuana. It's 8 o'clock on a Friday night. 6 or 7 years ago, this place would have been like teeming with Americans. Because of all the violence here in Tijuana, people stopped coming, but instead of waiting for Americans to show up again, this place is now thriving. You look at people walking down the street, it's a whole new world here, and that's what we're checking out.
I can go out in my own city and have a bar that I like, with music that I like, with friends that I don't have to fight it. I don't have to protect me from anything. I can walk home at 3 a.m. I can get a cab.
But do you really feel safe at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Really?
No problem. No problem.
And
I wouldn't do stupid things that I would not do in any other big city. Like
Right.
taking the I would try not to get a gypsy cab.
right.
But I wouldn't do it in New York and I wouldn't do it in Paris.
Yeah. And you just feel, I mean, yeah, it feels safe. I mean, to me, like, it feels safe. I just kind of think you're a badass, though, and walking around with you, maybe that's why I feel so safe.
So this is literally the human traffic that comes through if you don't have a car. You go through these turnstiles and get in that long Disney line right over there, and you're in the States. They also find a lot of drugs and illegal substances that come through this way.
And all the stuff that you see coming through in the vehicles, do you see the same? Will you see narcotics? Will you see weapons come through on the pedestrians as well?
Not as much, but and also we do see a lot of narcotics come here. A lot of it is on body, strapped to their bodies.
Wow.
Strapped to their bodies, as well as potential internal carriers as well. People
Really?
swallow and so
Put
on.
it in their cavities or whatever.
Exactly. So yes, we do see that. Of course, it's smaller amounts, given the fact it's on a person versus a vehicle, which can carry much larger amounts of narcotics.
It really does make you think, though, people that are considering doing drugs that may have come from Mexico, they might have been in somebody's butt, they might have been in somebody's muffler.
Very good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good
Am I
point.
right?
Nobody realizes that.
Yeah.
That's a huge deterrent. That should be used in all kinds of
I see a PSA. Come on, this might have been in, your meth might have been in somebody's butt.
What's going on?
So it sounds like we have something in the muffler of a motorcycle in the secondary area.
What is that? Looks like there's some stuff in here and also in that muffler. So the guys just took the drugs out of the motorcycle and now they're gonna figure out what it is. It's like Christmas morning.
Okay, so the officer just pulled 3 packages out of the muffler of that motorcycle, and now he's going to cut into it, get a little bit, and field test it to see what kind of drug it is.
What is that?
Crystal, isn't it?
It's like crystal. I mean, it looks like sugar. Well. And then you guys could take this into a lab. How fast can you find out what it is?
it right now. This is the test.
Field test.
This is so cool. These are little test kits that the government uses. Never seen that before. MDMA. Oh, it says right there what it is. It's ecstasy. That is so cool. It's like a pregnancy test. Like comes out positive and like colors the sign.
What color is it, Lou?
It's dark blue. Methamphetamine, MDMA, ecstasy, reagent. So I'm touching the bag that was full of MDMA, ecstasy, reagent. Up close and personal.
So that was in here?
Those are aftermarket.
Exactly.
These are, yeah.
Yeah,
And
Army wouldn't put anything like that on their motorcycle.
Officer Navarez, what exactly do we have there in the motorcycle?
In the motorcycle?
Yes.
It's crystal meth.
Exactly.
That's crystal meth?
Crystal meth. How many pounds?
6.1 pounds.
6.1 pounds. That was actually stuffed within this here.
6.1 pounds of crystal meth was inside this?
Yes. Exactly.
How often does that happen?
Oh, it happens routinely.
All the time.
Routinely.
So wait a minute. So what does 6.1 pounds of crystal meth look like?
Yeah.
You want me to hold the bag for you?
There you go. Careful.
Yeah. I definitely want to be careful. To be honest, I've never seen crystal meth before. It's always the first time.
Exactly. And when you come visit us next time, we will have more for you.
Oh, thank you very much. So what happens to somebody that comes through with 6.1 pounds of crystal meth? Where is that person right now?
That person is in jail right now.
Not what you want to do, guys. Not what you want to do.
Exactly.